Former student tells our news team they were abused. Their school has been shut down, and now they wait to see if a district attorney will file charges.
Tonight, we continue our investigation into Marcel Chapuis and how our state allowed a troubled boarding school to operate for so long in Nye County. It's the subject of Vegas Lost. Here's John Trainer.
We've been tracking the owner of Northwest Academy. Marcel Chapuis was arrested for child abuse after sheriffs raided his boarding school in January. He was arrested on dozens of counts of child abuse, but the district attorney there has not decided how he wants to proceed. We wanted to know more about Chapuis, and we were about to learn. Patrick Diaz is one of Chapuis' first Nevada students. He went to Horizon Academy, a larger boarding school that sat where Northwest does now. It was forced to shut down by the state, but Nevada cannot tell us why. The agency in charge destroyed all the records. They don't remember. Diaz does.
When I first got there, I had trouble sleeping like any normal 14-year-old would after being abducted in the middle of the night, but I had trouble sleeping, so my mom sent me to him. Well, my mom told them to send me to him. And he put me on the Ambien when I was a kid, and he put me on all these like crazy drugs when I was there. It's kind of a very, very foggy time for me, actually. I don't quite remember a lot of it, but I do remember him.
He was 14 when he got there. He was skipping school, so his mom sent him to Horizon. He was given Ambien every night to sleep. Students were placed on a point system. He was not allowed to call home until he earned enough points. He said he didn't talk to his mom on the phone for a year. Points were given and taken seemingly at random. Then there was the therapy.
Basically forced us to divulge our secrets, or for it was supposed to be therapeutic, but it was just weird, really weird. And the only way that they would ever feel like if you were being truthful with your emotions is if you cried. So you almost had to fake being emotional to satisfy these weird. I don't know. It was weird.
Diaz thought he would be at Horizon Academy for a few months. He was there for more than 2 years. Chapuis was active across the country. A copy of his resume online states he provided therapy to a network of schools called WASPs, the Worldwide Association of Specialty Program Schools. The resume states he consulted for schools in Montana, Mexico, and a school called Tranquility Bay in Jamaica. He gave psychological evaluations and therapy services and trained staff at those schools. We found letters from 2 United States congressmen in 2004 urging the U.S. Attorney General to investigate the Utah-based company WASPs. George Miller and John Conyers wanted them to look at allegations of, quote, severe child abuse. The AG ultimately decided it didn't have the authority because some of those schools were outside the United States. One of the schools the congressman asked about is Tranquility Bay.
Tranquility Bay has a reputation as the hardest of them. Many who have been there describe a life of pain and fear. They say they spent 13 hours a day for weeks or months on end, lying on their stomach in an isolation room, their arms repeatedly twisted to the breaking point.
Shannon Levy went to Tranquility Bay. We tracked her down in Florida.
They're very verbally and physically abusive. You would hear screams throughout the night just because of how they were hurting the kids.
When we talked to her in April, she was getting ready for another surgery to repair a broken jaw she said she got at Tranquility Bay. Her mother remembers Chapuis as the man in charge of her daughter's therapy. Just like Patrick Diaz, she tells us her progress was measured by how much she cried.
They put you through no sleep, writing, I remember binders of paper with no spaces, nothing. You would just have to write all these things. If you didn't cry and break down, then they said that you were faking it, and they wouldn't let you pass the seminar. If you didn't pass the seminar, you couldn't move up in levels.
After her injury, she was sent to another facility that Chapuis consulted for in Montana called Spring Creek. In an article in the Columbia Tribune from 2005, Henry Bushkin, an attorney who sued WASP, said schools avoid criminal convictions by operating in states with little regulation. So is that what happened here? We asked that of our state.
That's a really interesting question. It's one of the things I'm grappling with right now because I would like to prevent any any agency in the future from who's operating like they did from getting a child care institution license, if you will, because it really was an inappropriate license compared to what they were doing.
Nevada failed to fully know what was happening inside that school. The state's offices are so fragmented that Medicaid would not tell child care licensing when they saw all those bills for psychotherapies. Child care licensing was unable to take substantial action against Northwest Academy, even after that unreported allegation of abuse was found by inspectors, where state auditors asked questions about kids being prescribed drugs without parents knowing. No action was taken by any state agency. Now they say that will all change. Life has changed for the students we talked to, who live with the damage they say that therapy they received caused. No official from Nevada has ever seen that therapy. None of the officials we talked to, those that licensed him, have ever met Marcel Chapuis.
Well, John Trainor's team with Vegas Lost has been in contact with the Chapuis attorney but have not received a response on their request for an interview. But we will continue digging for answers and we'll keep you posted.